Howdy YouTube, howdy world. George Bush pimps at you. Now, what old sly dog like me been hiding low? What would old sly dog like me be doing and making a video out of nowhere? Especially a direct upload when he's working on a cam studio kind of project. Well, let me tell you, it's because all fucking week long I've been listening to the radio, I've been listening to the news, I've been reading the news, I've been listening to people talk about current events at work. And all anybody's talking about is George Zimmerman. All anybody's talking about is what boils down to an idiot who shot an unarmed 17-year-old kid. Let's break down something here real quick, because I've seen a lot of opinions on YouTube. I've heard a lot of people open their mouth in real life and say some dumb shit. And let me just get real with you for a second. When a police officer, whose duty is to be a police officer, protect and serve, and stop people from hurting other people, body slams an old woman who's already cut one passerby and herself and attempted to cut police officers when that woman's body slammed, we get thousands of YouTube videos and comments responding about how fucked up the police are. When the police go and taser an unarmed person who was resisting arrest or something, whatever interpretation you want to use, the police are terrible, the police are horrible, the police brutality. When the police shoot an unarmed person in pursuit or in various aspects, half the time, even if they are armed in some way, people have a problem with it and shout police brutality. Oh, the police are so fucked up, we gotta stop them. George Zimmerman, a neighborhood watchman, pursues what he thinks is a suspect with no evidence, with no proof, with no nothing, aside from the fact that he's a closet racist and was like, I'm going to follow this black guy. George Zimmerman, not even a policeman, a fucking neighborhood watcher. First of all, y'all just jump on the police immediately, but when a guy like that does it, you're willing to back him up. I hope you see the double standard that you're presenting yourselves with. Now, George Zimmerman, we got to look into some facts about him, because so far anybody's shown is look at these pictures of Trayvon with his shorts hanging down. Right? Does that make me? Shit. What? Somebody gonna shoot George Bush pimps now? Huh? What's up? I'm making gang signs. I mean, I can't walk around outside without somebody going, oh, look, he got his shorts hanging down. Look, oh, yeah, that makes me, I'm gangster now. Y'all can fucking shoot me. Is that what it is? Is that what's going on? People with their shorts hanging down, you can shoot them now? What? Really? People with gold teeth, it's okay to shoot them now? Everybody is paying attention to the wrong fucking shit in this case, because they have a point they either want to make as far as a social statement, a gun rights statement, or just a flat out statement about racism. There's all different angles in this case willing to be covered, and people are picking out the wrong details. What we have here is a situation where a night watchman, neighborhood watchman, whatever, I'm worked up because this really pisses me off. A neighborhood watchman. Now, my camera was full up. I couldn't take a picture of it. I took a picture of a neighborhood watch sign earlier and it wouldn't save. But the neighborhood watch sign says, this area is protected by neighborhood watch. Suspicious activities will be reported. That's what a neighborhood watch does. It's a group of people that are basically saying, hey, if I see someone trying to break into your shit, I'll call the cops for you. Neighborhood watch is not neighborhood security. Neighborhood watch is not enabled under any law whatsoever to pursue suspects, to shoot people that are unarmed, especially when the 9/11 operator is telling them, hey, no, you don't have to do that. We advise you don't have to do that. Don't worry about it. And think about the 911 call. We've got some bleeped words there that unless we hear the unedited, we can't really be sure what he's saying. But in two instances, one sounds like he called him a coon, and maybe even was like, oh, well, these always get away. Now, let's look back some more on George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman has assault charges on him pending from back in 2005. That's one of the first pictures you ever saw of George Zimmerman, but immediately people want to overlook that. They want to overlook prison photos of George Zimmerman being arrested for assault to show Trayvon with, I'm not going to do it again, with his shorts hanging down and a gold tooth and saying that makes him a gangster. Look, yeah, that's right, George Bush pimps. Nope. Sorry. That's a failed argument, and that's a weak argument. The fact is, George Zimmerman can pursue somebody if he wants, I guess. I mean, really, think about that situation flipped around there, all you people that think this was great. Imagine you're walking through a neighborhood watchman suddenly decides that you're suspicious and starts following you. This is not a uniformed police officer. This is not anyone of any power or authority over you, legally or otherwise. They're the neighborhood watchman. Call the police. That's all you do. So what the hell was he doing pursuing somebody? Now, I don't know, y'all listen to Neil Bortz. Neil Bortz has been running this stand your ground thing all week, and he's explained it very, very well. And as the fact is, from the information we have, George Zimmerman was in pursuit of Trayvon. George Zimmerman, who is not a police officer, has no jurisdiction, legal standing, authority. George Zimmerman doesn't have jack shit. And he's had a lot of other 911 calls come in where he's like, oh, I think I got somebody now. I'm neighborhood watch. Oh, yeah, look, no, I got this. I seen some people, these kids on the corner. Reporting, important. Neil Bortz made a very good point that perhaps this is one of those guys that wants to endear himself to law enforcement. Endear himself to the police in such a way that they're like, you know, you're pretty good. Let's pick you up and you can come be a rookie and you can ride with me. 2005. Assault charges. Just saying. Whatever happened there. You add all this up. George Zimmerman, product placement, Sprite in you. No, Sprite in me. And that's, you know what? Yeah, that's right. I'm drinking Sprite. You know what I mean? We sitting in the hood all day, man. That's right. We chilling. We're sitting on our front porches. Man, am I in a gang? Nah, I ain't in a gang, man. I just sit on this porch and drink my Sprite all day. I'm good. Wait, what? Why are those people following us? Hey, man, we trying to get to the rollerblade ring, man. What? Stop pointing a gun at me. Shit. This all going in, because this shit worked me up. You got to realize how ridiculous that shit sound. Trayvon had a bag in his backpack with marijuana residue. Shit, I'm going to get shot because I have some marijuana residue somewhere? Just saying. You know what a reason to kill somebody is? Reason to kill somebody is that you sitting in the neighborhood, you see something suspicious, like a motherfucker running out of a fucking liquor store, guns going bow, bow, bow. Then you call the police. Then maybe if that guy with the gun pow, pow, pow up the liquor store come after you, then you have a reason to kill somebody. That's a reason to take a life. That's why it's good that trained people with sharp minds are allowed to carry firearms in a concealed manner. Because in that situation, they would be able to defend themselves. Somebody come at you with a knife out of nowhere in the dark, like, give me your money, and they try to stab you, and you got to, bam, I'm with it. You think someone is suspicious with no proof. They are unarmed. They can't, I mean, what? What did he attacked you? Even if he attacked you with bare hands. The fact is, you were pursuing him. Understand your ground law. Trayvon had every right to stop, turn, and face his attacker. Pursuer, however you want to call it. I, personally, being followed at night through my own neighborhood, seeing a guy like that follow me around, would see that as an attack. And I would turn around and be like, what's up, man? What's going on? Can I help you? And I'm pretty sure something like that would break out into a fight from there because the guy's already on the phone calling people mm-hms and whatnots. Now that I got that straight, and that somebody that didn't need to be killed was killed, that's what we need to drop and focus on. That's why I got that out of the way first. Here's the other thing. And let's be real clear on this one. This is not a national movement to prove that racism exists. Every day in America, something like this goes down somewhere. Except it's a black guy and a black guy, or a Mexican and a Mexican, or a white guy and a white guy, or a Chinese man and a Chinese man. And you know what? It happens crisscross all the time too. among a certain class of people who end up shooting, killing, and murdering each other for various reasons. Happens every day. Much worse stuff happens every day. And this is the one you're going to pick to say, oh, look, I'm tired of black kids getting killed. Why are you just tired of black kids getting killed? We should be worried about young kids, period, getting killed, not being educated, not having the minds to hold up in the world that's ahead of them. That's the kind of shit we should worry about. And just because the color of our skin might be one thing or another, it's no reason to classify this is a special crime. Because you are selectively separating off. You are segregating by thought and by practice your own people to keep them as a separate group, to keep me and them, my group of people, separate from them. You're classifying me as one thing, and you cannot do that. That is the root of racism. That is racist as fuck for all you people. And you know how many real fucking black folk out there are fucking talking shit about Jesse Jackson, talking shit about Al Sharpton and all these people opening their goddamn mouths with an opinion like they got one that anybody gives a fuck about? They're like David Duke to us. Every time David Duke opened his mouth, we were like, would you just shut the fuck up? And every time Jesse and Al open their mouth, as black folks say the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, just please, look, we're fine. No, we get along great, okay? Seriously. I mean, I've seen some real racism. I've seen it at jobs, and I know there's stuff that we have to work on. But when you selectively pick out during campaign times and such to prove your point, various little nitpicky issues and events like this, when there's so much more, there's so many bigger events going on, but you just every year you just kind of have that one you're gonna pick out and make a media story. No, this kind of thing happens every day. Happens every day, and we've been talking about this one for a while now. This is just all everybody's talking about. All everybody's talking about. We've already broke it down and determined that it's a really bullshit situation where, you know what, even if dude turned around and was attacking him with his fists, you're saying, George Zimmerman, that you're such a big tough guy, you can't take a 17-year-old kid on? I thought there was something called equal force. Somebody come at you with a knife and deadly force, you are authorized to use deadly force to defend yourself. If someone's fist fighting you and you shoot them in the face, that's different. That's not deadly force. Now, granted, somebody can be big and strong and hardcore enough that you were about to die from that last punch because they fucked you up. But I don't think that's what happened in this situation. Witnesses describe different things. George Zimmerman's statements from his attorneys say that he had a broken nose and is all fucked up. All kinds of shit happened to him, but when you look at the video of him in the police station right after it happened, he looks pretty clear to me. Don't look like anybody just got fucked up by anybody. So, just saying, you got to look into this stuff, and you got to realize past all the hype and shit that's getting spun out in front of you and see some dude with a gun killed somebody without a gun. This isn't about your rights getting taken away. This isn't about a racial motivation. This isn't about any of that. This is about a kid getting killed. And we need to find out if all the circumstances were met appropriately for that to have happened. Which you ask me in this circumstance, somebody unarmed and you just shoot him, that's when a cop does it, y'all flip out. Y'all go crazy. You don't care if that person was fist fighting the police, wouldn't go, climbing over things, throwing people around like Hulk Hogan. You don't care. You're like, the police shot somebody that was unarmed. Oh, you can't. No, that was wrong. This George Zimmerman guy gets a pass? Really? That's my thoughts out there. And that's what more you can expect on these little direct uploads as George Bush Pimp slowly creeps his way back in. Y'all don't like what I say? Say something below. Let me know. I respond if it sparks my attention. My only limits are don't bore me. Don't fucking bore me with some bullshit. Don't come at me with shit I just said already. Try to reverse some shit. Don't come at me with troll tactics. Come at me with something real. You don't have to agree with me, but have a valid point, please. Thank you. Guess what? It's on, y'all. George Zimmerman's a punk-ass motherfucker. Killed a kid, and we need to see about that in a court of law. There needs to be this needs to be no question whether district attorney or the prosecuting attorney thinks that the grand jury should see it and she'll decide for sure. No, that shit need to be in front of a grand jury right now. Let's get all the evidence and facts together. Let's see what happened. Okay? If it so happened, dude turned around, tried to fight somebody, started picking up bricks off the ground, was going to smash his head in, he had no other choice, fine, let him go. But we have to know what happened. So let's look at the facts, let's look at the evidence, let's put all the statements together and get the truth. Word, right? Peace, one love, shit.